Ever felt like there's a unique spark within you just waiting to shine? You're not alone. At the Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont, we believe that everyone has the potential to transform their lives with practical spirituality. Picture this: a supportive community where everyone is striving for a deeper spiritual connection. Imagine workshops that inspire, classes that enlighten, and a welcoming community that affirms who you truly are. We like to think of ourselves as your spiritual gym. Just like physical wellness requires practice and dedication, so does spiritual wellness. Our empowering principles are designed for daily use, helping you make meaningful changes in your life. It's all about changing your mind to change your life. Sounds simple, right? Whether you're looking to unlock your potential, find clarity, or simply connect with like-minded individuals, the Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont is the place to be. We're open and affirming to all because we believe that everyone deserves a chance to shine. So, are you ready to step into a more empowered version of yourself? Join us at the Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont.
Let me release love naturally. 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 Love is all there is.
So we're going to try something new with your playing I Am the Light.
I'm just going to play it softly in the background, right?
Yeah, I'm just going to light this candle, do a little reading, and then I'm going to light those candles.
And should I
That will
play
be-
all the way through it just very softly?
Yeah, you good?
Yeah.
So if you breathe.
How are you?
So we have about a minute. So yeah, I Am the Light. And then I think maybe when the candles are lit, maybe you can play at the end of meditation. I'm just trying something. I'm the light, you're the light. And sing it softly.
Just a verse of it or something. Okay.
But right now, just as I light a candle, yeah.
Okay.
And you could even say, I am the light, as I light the first one, whatever. We're just improv.
Okay.
So whatever feels good to you.
He's going to let me do a test here. How is that? Is that good? I'll be back here a bit. There you go.
All right, so welcome to our pre-service meditation. And we're trying something a little different today. Are we trying something? Or are we doing something? Are we being present with something? And so I invite each of us and all of us to come together in the awareness that, as candle is to wick, is flame, so is our love to the light of the world. And so today we'll be doing a candle lighting meditation. And I invite you, as we light our flames of faith during this meditation, to observe the flames, to become one with each flame as we light a candle, and to see how the flame of your soul resonates and moves and drifts and expands and contracts with the candle flame of each candle we light. So as we go through this candle lighting meditation, I invite you to become, with the light of each candle we light, with the flame of each candle we light, with the wick of each candle we light, with the light of the world that each candle represents in our many religions of faith. And the first candle we light will be our unity candle. And the unity candle in our Flames of Faith ceremony represents that universal light, that universal light of love, that universal light of oneness, and that universal light of goodness. That goodness of knowing God's grace is right here in this place. The unity of knowing that that flame of faith, that unity candle, that oneness of light is the light that not only lights the world, but lights our inner world, becomes the light of our soul, is one with all of the lights of all of the souls here today. And so that's our unity candle. The unity candle is the light that lights the light of the world. And so we'll continue our candle lighting meditation. I invite you to make this welcome in any way you choose to make it welcome. I invite you to be present with this candle lighting meditation in any way you choose to be present. As we move on and we light our next flame of faith, and we're lighting this candle. We're lighting this candle for the shamanic faith that honors the beliefs and the primal traditions of our indigenous community, and all of their faiths and all of their light and all of their love and all of their presence with the oneness of the animals and the oneness of the plants and the oneness of spirit as one with their soul. And so our shamanic candle represents that oneness of dancing with the divine. Dancing is one with the divine. Dancing is one in that omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent power of the light of love that we are. And that's our candle lighting meditation for the shamanic candle. Dancing as one with the divine. And now as we move in and we light our next candle, our Flames of Faith meditation today, we light the second candle for Hinduism. Flame of the candle for Hinduism that honors the path of knowledge and wisdom and wonder. And the knowledge that this candle of Hinduism, the light of this candle, the light that this candle brings to the life of this world, to the life of our oneness of being all with spirit, is the light of wisdom counsel. It's the wisdom counsel of knowing. There is no place we have to be going. There is nothing we have to be showing. All that we have to be is who we came here to be. The presence and the power and the perfection and the purity of the light of love that we truly are. We light in our candlelight meditation service this morning, light the flame of faith and our third candle for the Tao. And the Tao represents the path of universal harmony, universal oneness, and universal unity. And we can feel into that experience of the Tao. We can feel into that experience of oneness. We can feel into that experience of the lightness of the love in our soul. And that lightness of love in our soul becomes the flame of the light of the love in our heart. And that flame of the love in our heart becomes the flame that embraces all of the world, all of the religions, all of the people of this planet, and of the people beyond, and planets beyond the planets we know. But we know there's a oneness in the Tao. It's a oneness of all people. It's a oneness of all places. It's the oneness of all presence. That presence of light. It shines through the stars. That presence of light that shines from our soul. That presence of light becomes the cosmos of the light of the stars. The energy of the celestial is one with the energy of the terrestrial. And that's the harmony. That's the wisdom. That's the counsel. That's the consciousness of our candle lighting meditation service this morning. And so I invite you to find your own way, to find your own candle, to find your own wick, to find your own light. And I invite you to light the wick of the candle of your soul. And I invite you to light the wick of the candle of your soul with the flame of the light of love in your heart. And I allow you to allow that flame in your soul to rise to become one with that flame of love and light in your heart, and to become flame with the light of love in this world that you came here to be, that you came here to let be seen, that light of love in the world that you are. And as we continue with our candle lighting meditation service, we now light the fourth candle for Judaism. And Judaism honors the ethical path of living by sacred law. And in our Science of Mind teaching, and in this candlelight meditation, sacred law is that level of soul. We call sacred law the level of soul in our Science of Mind teaching. It's that level of soul that says yes to Spirit's presence, that says yes to everything that Spirit suggests. Our soul level, that soul level of wisdom that Judaism speaks to, that soul level of the law that says yes to our every request. And as we contemplate on that yes of the universe, as we contemplate on the yes in our soul, as we contemplate on the yes in every cell of our body, we come one with the cell of every structure, with every plant, with every animal, with every rock, with every blade of grass, and with every drop of water. We become one in the wisdom of knowing that we are one. We are one in that soul level in which all is known, all is made present, all is made powerful. That soul level of our Science of Mind teaching, in which one is all and all is one, and all that is light and love and truth. And that was our fourth candle for the ethical path of living by sacred law, by soul law. Now in our candlelight meditation today, we light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths of compassion. We light that candle for the path of compassion, which is really the path of our consciousness, and the path that our consciousness allows us to walk along. The path of consciousness which is always lit. It's always lit by the flame of our light, by the flame of our love, by the flame of our truth. And so wherever that path takes to be looking for, there's no to be wondering. Of this candlelighting service. This candlelighting service brings us into that faith of knowing, as our unity candle is one with all candles, so is our light, the presence of our light, the light that guides and gifts and graces us on our pathway of discovery, our pathway of discovery, and discovering the knowing of who and whose we are. And that pathway is really a pathway of light. It's a pathway of light of the presence that we are. A presence of light that is everywhere powerful, everywhere knowing, everywhere and light and truth. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. And Christianity is the path of love that we all walk, that we all remember, that we all call forth. It's that path of love. It's that path of compassion. It's that path of oneness. And again, it's that path of light. It's that light of love that we are. It's the path of the light of love that we have always been. And it's the path of the light of love that we always will be. And we now move and we light our final candle and our seventh candle for all forms of Islam. And we honor the higher truth of knowing, that higher truth of knowing that in consciousness, the will of spirit is the highest will. And that highest will of spirit is our will. And it's our will we make spirit's will welcome as one with our will. And our will becomes our willingness. And our willingness becomes our willingness to wonder. And our willingness becomes our willingness to be playful. And our willingness to be present with the power and the purpose and the passion of the light of love that we are. That light of love that we are with the unity candle. That light of love that we are with the shamanic candle, with the candle of Hinduism, with the candle of the Tao, with the candle of Judaism, with the candle of Buddhism. We are the candle of all forms of Christianity and all forms of Islam. I am the light. You are the light. We are the light of this world. And the light of this world that we are is reflected in all of the candles of our candlelight meditation that we lit today. And now allow this song. And if you feel so guided to sing along with George, you are so welcome to do so.
I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine. And I shine so bright. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so
Service will begin in just a few minutes, and we look forward to having you here today. For our online viewers, thank you for joining us for meditation and our online service.
Thank you. You look so cute this morning. Thank you.
I'd like to welcome you to our Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont today. And for those first-time guests here, do we have anybody here for the first time today? All right. If you are here for the first time, we have a welcome packet in the back. We're glad you're here. Online viewers, if it's your first time viewing us online, write to our center and we will mail you an online welcome packet. Now, after service, we have a fellowship meal in Carter Hall. It's a full lunch. Today we're doing ribs and chicken and corn on the cob and lots of good sides. So join us for our fellowship lunch after our Sunday service. Right now, we invite you to take a moment and make certain that your cell phone is silenced. We know that Spirit may be calling, but Spirit will leave you a message, and we hope you'll direct connect with Spirit's message during our service today. And so let's take a look at our vision statement, our Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont vision statement, and let's read that. It's a three-part statement, and let's take a look at those slides so we can call in. Our purpose at CSLB, what's our purpose of being here today? What's our purpose of presenting a service and our music? And our practitioner, Tommi Jones, today will be doing a reading. What's our purpose? Our purpose of all of this is to unite us together in the awakening of our humanity to its spiritual magnificence. We're spiritual beings, having a spiritual experience in human form. And that leads us to a world that works for everyone, and that's our CSLB vision. It's a world that works for everyone by shining the light of love that we truly are. And our CSLB mission, our overall mission and our overall purpose to transform lives, and we do it here at CSLB, and we do it at Centers for Spiritual Living, and we do it in our Science of Mind teaching by transforming lives one thought at a time. Because we believe what you think about, you bring about. And that's our Science of Mind teaching. So right now, if you want to take a moment and say, howdy neighbor, turn to someone and say hi, somebody that you haven't greeted today, somebody that you don't know, just turn around, just say hi. Someone you haven't seen, hey, hi Tommy, and just a hi, howdy neighbor. And Mr. Rogers says this, Mr. Rogers says that if each day, every one of us would just say hello to our neighbor at the mailbox, at the post office, at the theater, wherever we meet somebody, if we just go up and say hello, it would change the energy of this world. So a simple hello, a simple howdy neighbor, changes the energy of this world into a loving and kind and compassionate energy. And I'm seeing some smiles out there in our Science of Mind study group we had this morning. We came up with the word playfulness. And so today during service and today after you leave service, I invite you to take that spirit of playfulness with you. I invite you to open it up and embrace it and dance with that spirit of playfulness today. But I then invite you to take that spirit of playfulness wherever you go today and wherever you go this week. So as we open this service, we're going to do one more announcement, our volunteer of the month, and this is our wise elder we are honoring today. Donna Varela is our volunteer of the month for July. Right? And we always show up exactly where we're supposed to be in the divine right time and the divine right place. So Donna Varela is our volunteer of the month of July. And it feels like Donna's always been a part of CSLB, because she's given so much of her time and talent. She's been a greeter at CSLB. She's helped with our youth program. She shares items from her garden, often bringing flowers, fresh cut, and consistently brings food for fellowship. These are just a few of her contributions. Donna knows and demonstrates what it means to be of service. If you see Donna, and if you want to reach out to her and let her know how much we appreciate her as a member of our family. So thank you, Donna, for all that you do. You're our volunteer of the month for the month of July. And so now,
and birthdays.
We are going to... Birthday Sunday. It is Birthday Sunday. So we are going to have a birthday sing-along song if it is your birthday month. If July is your birthday month, by a show of hands, who's got a birthday in July? Okay. I see one birthday. Anybody else? We've got one birthday month. All right. So let's sing Happy Birthday. if you'd like to celebrate a loved one, we have our flower ministry. And the flower ministry is, there's a sign-up sheet in the hall where you can sign up to sponsor flowers any Sunday you want in honor of a loved one, in celebration of something good going on in your life, or for no reason at all. And so this arrangement today was sponsored by Reverend Michael, and it's in honor really of his ministry, which continues to not only grow, but continues to grow him. And so in honor of that spiritual growth, in honor of that recognition of connectivity, and really in honor of this marvelous, marvelous community, and the marvelous spiritual connection, and the teams that I have, and the teams that I'm part of, and the prayer partners that raise me and praise me and hold me up, just in gratitude for the whole perfect and complete nature of ministry that has brought so many people into my life, so much awareness into my life, and so much aliveness into my life. And so these are really in honor of ministry. Ministries everywhere, ministry by whatever name, ministry by whatever faith, and all ministers who step into service. And as they step into service, the person they're most of service to is themselves, and the person that most grows is themselves. And that's ministry, and that's my celebration today, is the growth that ministry has brought me in so many unexpected ways. And so today we celebrate ministry, your ministry. We're all ministers. What's your ministry that you're celebrating within yourself today? And I invite you to share in these celebration flowers by celebrating the ministry and the love and the light and the truth that you are. We're all ministers. We all have ministries. What's yours? What's yours? So we have food for fellowship. We now are offering $75 if you sign up to bring the main entree. Sign up sheets in Carter Hall, and if you bring the main entree for a Sunday, you'll be reimbursed up to $75 for your main entree. And so sign up, and today it's ribs and chicken and corn on the cob and lots of sides. So sign up. Bring something, cook something, make something, and you'll be reimbursed for your cost of the cost of those items. And our Joel Goldsmith book study is back. It's regularly scheduled, and it's every Thursday at Yvonne Fowler's. And now, Metaphysical Movie Night is July 9th. That's this Wednesday. We have a picnic basket lunch today. That's our chicken and ribs. And then Metaphysical Movie Night this July, and it's going to be a great movie. And it's called Defending Your Life. And if you don't know it, Defending Your Life is about heaven's waiting room, spirit's waiting room, where you go when you die, and you're called before, in this movie, you're called before a panel to judge your life, to see if you go on to heaven or you return back to earth. It's a wonderful romantic comedy. It's a wonderful spiritual, metaphysical story. So if you haven't seen Defending Your Life, this Wednesday, 5 to 6, a spaghetti dinner, 6 to 8, our metaphysical movie. It's a wonderful movie, Defending Your Life. Don't miss it. You'll laugh, you'll love, you'll cry, you'll care, and you might come to change the way you're living your life. So when you're judged, you'll get to move on to where you want to move on to. So come take a look at somebody else's life so it helps us look at our life. And now we're going into our opening song. Are we going to Practitioner?
No, we're going to have a song.
Opening song. We'll go opening song, and then we'll call our Practitioner, Tommi Jones.
Okay. I always think the congregational song at the first of the service should be something energetic, so I like us to stand. And this is going to be kind of a fast-moving song. It'll be very easy. I think it's in your songbook. Is that correct? Did you get that in the songbook, Michael? The lyrics that I sent you? Oh, anyway, it's very simple. I'll sing the verses if you don't know them. The chorus is easy. Move, dance if you dance, sing if you sing, do whatever it is that you could do.
Yeah, okay? Dance with the divine. Let's dance with that divine. Let's get that energy going. Let's shake it up.
God makes me want to sing.
And so now we're going to invite practitioner Tommi Jones up to the podium, and she will do her introduction and power talk, and she always makes us want to sing, and all the energy brings to this community. So get ready to sing. Good morning, Tommi.
Hi. I'm going to tell you, this has nothing to do with me introducing myself or my power talk. It is just a testimony that this stuff really works. So I'm coming in from Palm Springs area, and as I get to the windmills, all of a sudden my "your oil light is low" light comes on. And I'm driving going, oh my goodness, I still got to get to church. I got to get to church. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to find an auto zone on the way home. I'll get some oil. We're good. This is how I know it works. Get off at Pennsylvania, come around the corner, and what's right there? AutoZone. Yes. So if you're not sure if this stuff works, I'm a testimony right here. It works. Now, all I got to do is get over to the AutoZone, get the oil, and I can make it home. I am saying that because I do need some guy in here after church to show me how to open up the hood of the car, but you guys are laughing. I'm serious. I'm very serious. All righty. Anyway, as you know, I'm Tommi Jones. I'm one of the practitioners here. The other practitioners and I will be on this side of the sanctuary after service so that we can pray with you. Please do not leave with anything on your heart this morning. We do know that prayer works. I just told you the testimony. So let's all close our eyes and let this meditative song bring us to our center.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see. When I lose myself, when I feel all hope is gone, then I go inside and quiet my mind and hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love.
So, good morning. Good morning. Aloha. Hola.
Hola.
Buenos dias. Bonjour. In alignment with Reverend Michael's talk today, I am going to share with you a little bit about love. It's summertime and many of us are traveling, some close to home, but others may be traveling abroad. We're digging out our passports, we're packing our bags, and we've learned a couple of phrases like bonjour, domo arigato, prego, manja, and most importantly, baño. And if you don't know what that is, you will if you manja too much, so that we can get by on our adventures wherever we're traveling to. Wherever we're going, even if we're planning a staycation, the idea is usually to take. Take it easy, take in the sights, and then leave with takeaways or memories. But perhaps this summer, it's time to give. Each one of us possesses a gift or a talent that we can give freely that costs us nothing, but is priceless to those who receive it. And that is love. So what am I talking about when I say give love? Am I talking romantic love, emotional love, or physical? No, I'm talking about the pure sense of love, God essence. Per Ernest Holmes, Emerson said, love is the synonym for God. Not cinnamon, but the synonym for God. So I'm saying be the face of God in all of our dealings. Being born in the image and likeness of God, we are God incarnate. So best that we give our love. You know, there's a lot of songs written about love. Love is in the Air by Paul Jones. But then there's the other ones like, What's Love Got to Do with It? Tina Turner. Well, I will tell you, Captain and Tennille says, love will keep us together.
Yes.
So, love is deliberate. It's an act of kindness, compassion, and valuing someone or something. And like Uncle Ernie says, love is the self-givingness of the spirit through the desire of life to express itself in terms of creation. Love is free from condemnation, even as it is free from fear. Love is the cosmic force whose sweep is irresistible. So let's all be irresistible in every way we can. And my favorite from Cinderella, so this is love. So this is what makes life divine. I'm all aglow, and now I know the key to heaven is all mine. My heart has wings, and I can fly. I'll touch every star in the sky. So this is the miracle, which is quite interesting. I met Miracle today for the first time. And that I have been dreaming of love. So again, many of us are getting prepared for our vacations. We're learning a foreign language to be ready to go someplace. Let's add these words to our language. Liebe, German for love. Amore, Italian for love. L'amour, French for love. And for Sieve, Karlach, Swedish for love. But more importantly, let's think of those other words of love that sometimes we forget. Spirit, God, Yahweh, Buddha, Allah, and all those other words that we use to express and know that there is only one source, one spirit, and it is God. This summer, let your giveaway instead of takeaway be love. And bon voyage. So ends your Power Talk. Was that something? Where I get this stuff from, I don't know. Spirit, I'm very, very blessed. Spirit is always with me. So right now, I'm going to ask that you lower your eyes. Allow the seat to support you while I pray us in. Recognize with me that there is only one love, one spirit, one source of all there is. It is universal. It has many names, and it comes in many languages, but it's all there is. And each and every one of us has it within us. It is what drives us. It is what propels us forward. It is what allows us and helps us to become our highest and best good. It is love. And how blessed are we to experience and know the truest, purest form of love. And that is just by our being. Just by showing up and allowing others to share in who we are. Through our kindness, our compassion, and our valuing someone else, something else, and especially ourselves. In this very room, in this very sanctuary, love is in the air. And each and every one of us is being touched by it, being blessed by it. And I am so grateful to know this truth for myself and each and every one of us. And so if we take a moment of silence and we just let it resonate and bask in the joy of love, then the miracle of life gets to flow through us. And so, in this place of bliss and joy, I am able to release into law all the love that is within me and each and every being in this room, allowing it to go forth, go forward, creating a world that works for everyone. And so I invite you to anchor these words by joining me in saying, and so it is. So it is. Amen, amen. Ashe, ashe.
Thank you, Tommi. Good seeing you.
You too.
So, I guess love is in the air. That's what we've been talking about today. We were talking in our Science of Mind study group about the omnipotence and omniscience and omnipresence of spirit. That spirit's everywhere present. It's all around and all about. And so I thought, or the thought thought me. I'm not quite sure how that works. Emerson says the thought thinks us. It drops in. We don't think our thoughts. Our thoughts drop in and think us. And the power is that we have the power of choice in this teaching to select our loving thoughts, those thoughts that drop in. We have the discernment and the power of choice and the power of presence and the power of perseverance and the power of passion to select only those loving thoughts that serve the life of love that we choose to be and see and become. So the power of discernment, the power of decision, the power of divine right that we are by our birthright of being born in heaven and then being born into this earthly realm, which is also a heavenly realm, by our presence. So heaven and earth become as one because of our earthly presence. Our talk title today, since it's travel season, is Passport to Love. And I faithfully believe that love's true passport is the transport of our awareness. I truly believe, I fully have faith, and I am open to knowing beyond knowing that love's true passport is the transport of our awareness from the concept of it's all about me to the consciousness of it's all about we, to that awakening, to the awe-inspiring liberty of me and you and we as one in love. And that love is a love that awakens us, the love we speak of in Science of Mind, the love we speak of in New Thought teaching, the love we speak of is a love that speaks to us anew every day. It speaks to us in new ways of seeing, in new ways of being, in new ways of becoming, and new ways of listening to that love, new ways of hearing into that love and in new ways of becoming that love. And love's true transport is the transport that awakens us from the consciousness of Independence Day into the awe-inspiring awareness. This teaching is about awe-inspiring. It's not about awful. It's about being full of awe, being full of that awe-inspiring spark of light and energy and love and light and truth we are. It's that spark of awesomeness that allows us to try new things. It's that spark of awesomeness that shows up as playfulness. It's that spark of awesomeness that shows up as a new creative way of showing up. Today we did a Flames of Faith candlelighting ceremony. I said to Chuck and Adrian, I have no idea what we're doing, but we're going to do a Flames of Faith candlelight meditation. And we did. And so that awesomeness of finding new ways to honor spirit, that awesomeness of new ways to honor meditation, that awesomeness to honor new ways of that light of love and liberty and liberation that is the light of love and truth that's in our soul, that's in our hearts, that becomes the life that we live every day. And Science of Mind speaks of a love that awakens us from the consciousness of Independence Day into the awe-inspiring awareness of our interdependence, of our interconnectivity, of our interbeingness as the way of love's true passport. Love's true passport is not me being independent as me, and you being independent as you. It's about the recognition and that awakening to that awesome awareness that we are interconnected, that we are interrelated, that we are interbeings. And not only are we interrelated and interconnected and interbeings with each other, we are interconnected, we are interrelated, and we are interbeings within ourselves. And with that beingness and that connectedness and that relatedness within ourselves, we become one with the relatedness and the connectedness and the beingness of that consciousness of spirit that's everywhere present, that's everywhere powerful, and it's all-knowing. It's that presence that speaks all languages. Tommi did darn good. You spoke most of them. Spirit speaks all of them. It speaks all languages, all vocabularies, all dialects. But it speaks them as one word, as one energy, as one light. And that word is love, and that light is love, and that energy is love. Can we have the next slide? So we can only hit the snooze button on the alarm clock of consciousness so many times, right? Only so many times can we hit the snooze button on the clock of consciousness. Eventually, we have to wake up. Eventually, I don't know if we have to. We don't really do have-tos, but we get to wake up. And we get to wake up only if we choose to wake up. No one's going to wake us up but ourselves. And that wake-up call is the wake-up of awareness that we get to choose to awaken. We get to choose to awaken. That's discernment. That's decision. And if we can have the next slide. Science of Mind, for me, is a passport to awakening. So it's a passport to awakening that the consciousness of living in the here and now is what we're waking up to. We're not living in the here and after. We're not living in yesterday. We're not living in tomorrow. We're not living anywhere else but in the here and now of today. And so Science of Mind, to me, is a passport to awakening. It's a passport to awakening to the consciousness of living here and now. Science of Mind is a passport. It's a passport to the presence of living in this moment here and now. Yet lately, I don't know about you. I know about me. And I've been living more in the here and after than in the here and now. I walk into the bedroom the other day. I walked into the kitchen this morning. I walked into the grocery store last night, and I wonder, what is it? What is exactly that I'm here after? Because I don't always remember. So Brene Brown tells the best hereafter story about her mother. It's when her mother was crazy busy raising her family and her kids. And the hardware store and the grocery store were side by side. And the mother would throw the kids in the car. She'd run into the hardware store and she'd go to the clerk and said, I need a half gallon of milk. And then she'd leave and she'd come out to her kids in the car and say, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you let me know? Why didn't you keep me from going into the hardware store to ask for milk? Now, Science of Mind would ask us to ask this question of ourselves. Science of Mind doesn't ask us questions, and Science of Mind doesn't give us answers. But the one thing I like about Science of Mind, there's no question you cannot ask, and there's no answer that you cannot question. And that's a teaching that feels right to me. There is no question you cannot ask in this teaching, and there is no answer that you cannot question. Science of Mind invites us to ask the question of ourselves, why do we keep going to the hardwired of our past beliefs and expect our life to change, rather than updating our passport's software to love and seeing our love change the world? Now, in Science of Mind, we become the love. We become the love that empowers the world. And we become the love that empowers the world by empowering ourselves through our powerful knowing affirmations. And if we can have the next slide. Our powerful knowing affirmations. And they're powerful in their knowing because this is what they remind us that we know. They remind us that I know, and I know that I know, and I know that I know that I know. That's our affirmations. They remind us that we know what we know, and we know what we know, that we know that we know. And so today's knowing affirmation, I will read it first. I invite us to read it together. And as you read it with me after I read it first, I invite you to know what you know that you know. And what you know is the isness of this affirmation. And so today's knowing affirmation is, my life's business is my love's isness. I invite you to say that with me and know it as you say it. My life's business is my love's isness. All for love and all for love and all for love. All for love and love for all. That's our Science of Mind teaching. Now, Science of Mind is not about living in the here and after premise of Heaven's Gate. Science of Mind is about living in the here and now promise of Heaven's grace. Heaven's grace of Science of Mind's first principle is love is all. Heaven's grace of Science of Mind's first practice of love as all. And heaven's grace of Science of Mind's first prayer, our first prayer, is always a prayer of love as all. If we can go to the next slide, would be great. And today's opening story is about the business of love is all. Ernest Holmes says our life is the business of coming to love it all. Our first story is about Delta Airlines Flight 694 from Detroit to Los Angeles nonstop. And it seemed like any ordinary flight until one special passenger found themselves in trouble. A dog traveling in the cabin experienced a serious, life-threatening medical emergency. The pilot made a courageous decision that few airline pilots would dare to make. He decided to make an emergency landing in Minneapolis. It was the only way to save the dog's life. More than 180 passengers, 6 crew members lost about 2.5 hours of their time. The airline had to rewrite flights all around that afternoon. It cost them extra fuel and absorbed additional costs totaling tens of thousands of dollars for the airline. All of this for a dog? Yes, and nobody complained. The veterinarian who happened to be on board managed to stabilize the furry passenger during the emergency landing. A medical team awaited them on the ground, and thanks to their efforts, the dog survived. When the plane took off again, passengers didn't raise any complaints. Only applause filled the cabin. Everyone understood that something simple yet incredibly powerful had occurred in their lives that day. They came to be aware that all life is precious. And in a world that's measured by money and time and efficiency, the story reminds us of something essential. We do not need a faster world. We need a more compassionate one. Thank you to Delta Airlines, the crew, the veterinarian, and every passenger on board who that day on Flight 694 chose compassion and caring and kindness and respect for all life over time and money. That day on Flight 694, Delta Airlines, everyone's business was about the isness of love as all. Where in your life today? Where in your life last week? Where in your life next week will you come from the business of your life being about the isness of love is all? If we have the next slide. Sometimes our science of mind passport to love becomes a portal. Sometimes our science of mind passport to love becomes a portal to all things possible. If we have the next slide. A portal to all things as possible through the 4 stages of consciousness. Stage 1 is it's all about me. It's happening to me. It's happening to me. Henny penny, the sky is falling. Stage 2, let go of blaming and shaming. Shift into it's happening by me, and if it's happening by me, it must be happening for me. I accept responsibility for my beliefs. Henny penny, the sky isn't falling after all. I just believed it was. I just believed it was. Stage 3 is surrender. I let go of control. I'm working on that. I'm working on that. I let go of control. I surrender to the universe. It's happening through me according to what I believe. Henny penny, when I change what I believe, what I see changes. And stage 4, consciousness. Let go of my belief in separation. I am one with all of it. I am one with the sky. The sky is not my limit because I'm all of the sky and I'm more than all of the sky. The sky is not my limit. My belief system is. If we can have the next slide. E.E. Cummings' passport was poetry. What's your passport? What's your passport? What's your passport? E.E. Cummings' passport was poetry. He was an American poet, philosopher, essayist, and playwright, and a World War I ambulance driver who was captured and imprisoned in a tiny room. And he came to move in that tiny room through the 4 stages of consciousness. It's happening to me. I got captured. Wait a minute. It's happening for me. I have a power of choice here. Oh, wait a minute. This experience is happening through me, and I get to change this experience into my highest good by allowing it to happen as me. to allow it to happen as me through the thoughts I think. And E. E. Cummings, in that tiny room, began to put together pieces of his first novel that he would later write. And the subject of that novel that he later wrote when he was freed from the encampment was called The Enormous Room. In this little tiny room, he came to experience this enormous room. In a little piece of sky, you can experience all of the sky. I don't care how small you think your piece of the sky is. In that piece of the sky is all of the sky. I don't care how small you think your love is. In that piece of love is all of the love that ever was. I don't care how small you think your thoughts are. Because in the smallness of your thoughts is the allness of Spirit's wisdom. In your thoughts, they're one with Spirit's thoughts. So no matter how small you feel, you believe, you think they are, they're as grand and grandiose and as great as all of the thoughts that were ever thought. That's the way this stuff works. He shared in the novel, The Enormous Room, the belief, he said, that it isn't the size of the conditions that matters. It's not the size of our conditions that matter. What matters is the enormity of our conscious ability to love. What matters is the enormity of our conscious ability to love. In his 1935 poem, No Thanks, E. E. Cummings writes this: love is a place. Love is a place. Where's your place of love? Is it in the tiniest rooms or the enormity of the sky? Love is a place. And for me, in this Science of Mind teaching, in ministry, in my life, love is a place called yes. Love is a place called yes in my life. And when I say yes to my life, I don't say yes to my life. I say yes to the allness of my life, to the grandness of my life, to the greatness of my life, to the grandiosity of my life. I become one with the great composer of consciousness. I become one with the great symphony orchestra of the celestial as one as my body terrestrial. I become one in body, mind, and spirit with a body, mind, and spirit that is in a really big room. No matter how small my body temple, I'm one with the body temple of an enormous spirit, an enormous presence, an enormous power in which all things are possible because I believe in the power of yes. Yes evolves spirit, and no does not grow. Yes evolves us. If we can have the next slide. Science of Mind. Oh, let's go back one. Yeah, let's go back. Poetry. Go forward one. Past was poetry. Okay, there's another slide in there that maybe he's not in there called A Passport to Yes. Ernest Holmes' teaching is a passport to yes. It's a yes that evolves us from learned helplessness to learned optimism. Yes evolves us from the tarnish of our hurt to the polish of our hope. Yes evolves us from our knowing to our knowing beyond knowing. Yes, that love is a decision I must make, we must make, the world must make now. Ernest Holmes' teaching is a passport to power. It's a passport to the power of all things as possible. It's a passport to the power of knowing healing is revealing. It's a passport to the healing power of our mind over medicine. Science of Mind is a passport to healing. A passport that moves us from our hurts to our hopes, to our healings, to our harmonies. The harmony of the peaceful presence of the love that we are. A love that heals. A love that forgives. A love that makes whole. And Philip Brooks shares this about the healing harmony of a loving, peaceful presence. Peace is the entire harmony between the nature of anything and its circumference. Peace is the harmony between the nature of anything and its circumference. He's saying that circumference and radius and diameter are one. There's no circumference, there's no center. Center and circumference are as one. That's our teaching. That's our teaching. All is one. Peace is the harmony that heals our hurts. Peace is the harmony that brings us hope. Peace is the harmony that brings us to our healing. Peace is the harmony that reveals our healing as the knowing beyond knowing that all things are possible to those who believe. If we can have our next slide. Oh, that's perfect, right there. The next slide, which is that same slide. So Science of Mind is a passport to love. Franz Kafka, and you've heard this story before, but it's a story worth telling again. Franz Kafka became a passport to love for a little girl who'd lost her doll in the park. So I ask you again, what's your passport? What's your passport? What's your passport? What's your passport to love? Franz Kafka became a passport to love for a little girl who had lost her doll in the park. Franz Kafka, the story goes, encountered a little girl in the park where she went walking daily. She was crying unconsolably. She had lost her doll and was desolate. Kafka offered to help her look for the doll, and they looked all day and they looked long into the night. And the next day, he agreed to meet her at the very same spot and look again. Yet even the next day, they were unable to find the doll. But he composed the letter from the doll that was missing and read it to her when they met. And this is what the letter said from her missing doll. He wrote her a letter. Please do not mourn me. I've gone on a trip to see the world. What was Tommi talking about? A passport to the world. Passport to the world. Please do not mourn me. I've gone on a trip to see the world. I will write you of my adventures. This was the beginning of many letters Kafka wrote, and when he and the little girl met, he would read her a letter from her doll that was traveling the world from his carefully composed letters, the imagined adventures of the beloved doll. The little girl was comforted. When the meetings came to an end, Kafka presented her with a doll. The doll obviously looked different from the doll that she'd lost, the original doll, and yet Kafka attached a letter to the new doll and explained, my travels have changed me. My travels have changed me. You may not recognize me. Many years later, the now grown girl found a letter stuffed into an unnoticed crevice in a cherished replacement doll. In summary, it said, everything that you love, you will eventually lose. Everything. But in the end, love will return in a different form. For me, there are two wise lessons in this story. Grief and loss visit all of us at some point in our life. And for most of us, at multiple points in our life. And the second point for myself, the way toward healing is to look for how love comes back in another form. Love is everywhere present. Love is everywhere powerful. Love is everywhere knowing. All there is love. All there is. So today and this week, I invite each of us And I know most of your names by now, so pay attention. Today and this week, I invite each of us and all of us to find a way to become the return to love for someone who feels they've lost it. To become the return to love for a world that desperately needs it. And to become the return to love for ourselves. The return to love that we came here to see and to be and to become. Today and this week, I invite us to know beyond knowing. I invite us to know beyond knowing. Today's knowing affirmation. And I invite us to read this together and invite in and begin to make welcome our return to love, so that this week we may help someone else to return to love. And next week, they can help someone else return to love. That's the way love works. And so today's knowing affirmation, and I invite us to say it from that knowing in our soul and that knowing in our heart and that knowing of heaven and earth as one. My life's business is my love's isness, all for love and love for all. And so ends our Sunday celebration talk, and let's take this Sunday celebration talk, let's take it into prayer, and then we'll have a song. So the prayer is a prayer of peaceful presence. Where is your peace of presence? Where is your peace of peace? Where is your peace of love? How big is your peace of presence? How big is your peace of love? How big is the light of love in this world that you are? How big is your peace? Is it a tiny piece in a tiny room, or is it a great big piece in a great big room of consciousness that has no walls and no boundaries? Whatever the size of your piece, know that it fits perfectly into the size of everyone else's piece of the puzzle. This puzzle of life we call consciousness, this puzzle of life we call CSL Beaumont, this puzzle of life we call America, this puzzle of life that is times so puzzling, but when we each take our puzzle piece and put it together, it always comes out into a beautiful vista, a beautiful vision, a beautiful virtual reality of love is all, and all is love. And together we say, so it is.
So it is. Love is the universe.
I'd like to share this beautiful song by Daniel Namad.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving into the deepest of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to this present moment here. deepest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving into the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
And so now it's our time for conscious giving. Our ushers to come forth at this time as we read our giving statement. And we invite you to read this together with us. And if you're online, I invite you to read it together with us as well. I give and receive freely and generously with an open heart and an open mind. The universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed. And so it is. If you're watching online, you can go to our website, cslbeaumont.org, and you'll see the donate button right there. You can text GIVE to 951-420-6909. And you can text give here if you're in the center.
Sing along with me if you know this song.
Thank you, God, for everything. 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 Thank you. 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 Thank you, God, for everything. Thank you, God, for everything. Thank you, God, for everything.
So now it's time for our circle up. So if you're not here, we circle up. We circle around the sanctuary. We hold hands if you're comfortable. If you'd like to remain seated and join us in consciousness, whatever works for you works for us. So we gather around, hold hands, and we sing our way out of the Sunday celebration service. And know there's a full lunch of ribs and corn on the cob and chicken in Carter Hall.
And there is peace on earth, and let it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as our Father, united all the way.
And so let us know together that peace that begins with me begins here and now, not in the here and after. It begins in the here and now. And in the here and now, this moment, I am just overflowing with gratitude. I am just in an abundance of joy. I am just in a celebration of all things good. And that's what unfolded today at CSL Beaumont, a celebration of all things good. And together we say, and so it is. Prayer work over here, lunch in Carter Hall. Yes, you can. 35. 35. 35.
You're welcome.